Hello, good afternoon. I just got done doing my hair, but I filmed a little video. Hey, Queen. Hello, 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 hello. I figured I'd come on and say hi real quick. Really quickly. I was gonna go live with you guys last night, but I gotta set up my whole new desk and vanity area. So actually I have a lot of cleaning and clean out to do, but I can't do that yet because I'm waiting to go pick up Stassi. I gotta go get her now by at least 1:30ish. She has an appointment today at 2:20, and I thought my bangs came out right there. She has an appointment today at 2:20 to go see how her arm's doing, see how it's healing, or make sure that all that is going as it should. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Rosaria. Hello, Alexis. Hello, Trisha. Hello, Buffy, Brianna. Even though you guys haven't said hi yet, or maybe you guys have. I don't know. I just don't see comments. But hello, 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 hello. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to clean up my mess. Okay. So I did my hair, and I did like a little video because I washed my hair this morning, all that good stuff. But I did like a little video, and I did it a little bit different than the way I did it with you guys on live yesterday. So I blowed out my hair first, and then I did the top crown right here. Remember how I was doing it with the blowout blow dryer yesterday? Well, I did the top crown. Well, I blew it out first, and then I only did the top crown, and then I curled some of the bottom pieces. But I don't think I like it. I think I like it better how we did it yesterday. Hello, Steph. What happened? With what? Wait, with Stassi? She broke her arm, and then she went through surgery. She broke her arm, and then she had to go through surgery because the bone wasn't healing properly after them re-breaking the bone back to where it needed to go, or whatever it's called. They like realign it. So they had to put her through surgery. And today, hopefully she gets her cast on. I don't know, we'll see. Thinking of putting a waist trainer on today. All my flubs showing these pants. But hey guys, I don't like that my bangs came out right here, and I tried to fix them and they're not fixing. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, poor baby. I know. She's definitely strong, courageous, and brave though, for sure. Like even when she broke her arm, girl, you would freak out. Like she didn't even cry or nothing. Like I think she was more in shock than anything, that's why. But she didn't really even cry. She barely shedded a tear. She allowed them to give her the numbing block that they do. It's like a nerve block that they did when they re-broke the arm right here. They gave her 2 shots, like in this area right here, and it numbed the arm. She allowed them to do it without like freaking out or crying or throwing a tantrum that she didn't want to do it. And then when we took her to her surgery, they didn't even have to put her on any sedatives or anything like that. So you still, yeah, of course I do. Yes, Queen. Hopefully you're feeling better today, Queen. Thank you. I know, I don't know what was wrong with me yesterday, honestly. I think I was just bugged. And then on top of that, I was like tired. It's been a long weekend. My babe worked on Saturday, so usually he's here on Saturday. So it was kind of like a long weekend for me. OMG, didn't know you were. It gives me notification you're alive, but my phone was on do not disturb. Oh, it's okay, girl. Hey, Jess. Hello, beautiful. Hello, hello, hello. I was just popping in to say hi, just to see what you guys were doing. See what everybody is up to, you know, dangling my feet. Just kidding. But that's it. Oh, and how she broke her arm was because we were looking into getting a new car, right? And it happened on President's Day, bro. Had to happen on President's Day. Like, we'll forever remember that day because it was President's Day. But how she broke her arm was, we were looking into getting a new car, and I was upstairs. We had just got done eating dinner. Everybody was going to get ready to settle down, get ready for bed. I was finishing up laundry. My babe and the kids were down here, and they were talking to my honey about the new car that we were looking into getting, right? And anyways, she was so excited. Between her and the kids, they were dancing and like running around and like super excited, because you know how when you look at new cars, it gets your endorphins like going or whatever. Like, and then you're like, oh yeah, I really want that car. Well, evidently it does it to kids too. And so they were dancing around like, Dad, I really want that car. And I was like, oh, cool. Okay, everybody's down there. I'm going to go upstairs. All of a sudden, what I heard was, I broke it. And I thought she was yelling, because I've heard her yell like that before, like when she broke a glass. So I didn't really think nothing of it. Like, it wasn't like a in pain broke. It was like, oh my God, I broke it type broke. So I thought it was a broken glass. But it's because she was running and sliding and then doing little ballerina moves with her socks on. And we have hard floors downstairs. So when she fell, she must have fell perfectly on her elbow with all her weight, that it literally cracked her little bone right here. It wasn't the wrist, it was a little bit under the wrist. So she literally cracked her little bone right there and it went right in half, bro. Both little bones, because you know how we have two bones? There's one and two. Yeah, she broke both of her little bones. Hi, Devon. Hello. Oh, no, she's been home, girl. She's been home for every time. Like, even when I took her to the ER, they wrapped her with a splint, and then what bugs me, I don't even think she would have needed the surgery. Honestly, I don't even think she would have needed the surgery. But if the orthopedic, when we first took her to the orthopedic, because we took her literally like the next, I think it was 2 days after her breaking her arm. When we took her over there, the orthopedic was like, we're going to take x-rays. We're going to make sure everything's healing properly, whatever, whatnot. And that's what they did, right? They took the x-rays. Everything looked like it was healing properly. Well, I didn't know when they wrap your arm with the splint, they're supposed to wrap it around the thumb and around the hand. When they wrapped her in the ER, they only wrapped her like this. So it was wrapped like this. No thumb restriction was put in play when they wrapped her at the ER. Well, when we went to the orthopedic, because I got her in with an orthopedic right away, because obviously it was like an emergency. So they got her in super, super fast because it was for a break. The orthopedic didn't even say anything. Like, she didn't even mention anything. She wasn't, all she said was that the bone looked like it was healing good. And when I spoke to the doctor at the ER, he was like, they'll put her into a cast right away because they're supposed to cast it, especially if the bone looks like it's healing. So he's like, I have a lot of confidence that I broke the bone back into place perfectly fine, because we took an x-ray. They took an x-ray when the bone was broken to after the bone was broken, right? And I took pictures of all this. I have documentation. They have documentation. And so when we go to the orthopedic didn't even mention anything about the thumb. She just took x-rays. I didn't know. I've never broken a bone. My man's never broken a bone on his hand, things like that. So we had no knowledge to knowing that you're supposed to wrap around this to restrict you from moving your wrist, right? She was like, well, let's wait a week before we put her in a cast. She's like, everything looks like it's healing perfectly. I just want to make sure the bone doesn't shift. And I was like, okay. So we waited a week. So per doctor's orders, I thought that's what you're supposed to do, like that's what she said. Even though they told me that more than likely they would have probably put her in a cast right away, I still went by what the orthopedic said, because the urgent care doctor was just an urgent care emergency doctor, So anyways, So we waited that week. We go back, dude, and they were like, well, we're going to have to send her through surgery. She's like, we can get you in as soon as, it was a Friday the next day, or we could get her as soon as 2 weeks. So she's going on 2 weeks tomorrow since she's had her surgery. So I was like, well, we'll do the Tuesday instead, but can you guys at least realign her splint and rewrap it for her, because it's been really itching her and bothering her. I don't think it's even been cleaned up. So they send us to the specialist that does the wraps around the arm for the splint. And the lady that was wrapping her arm, she was like, why didn't they wrap her around her thumb? And I was like, what do you mean? I didn't know it was supposed to be wrapped. She's like, yeah, it's supposed to restrict them from moving her wrist. And I was like, what? Are you serious? I was like, I bet you that's how her freaking bone landed up shifting, because they never wrapped her around the thumb. And she would tell me that she would have to remember before she went through the surgery and before we went to the second appointment, she was telling me that she felt like her arm was hurting every time she would move her wrist, and that she would forget not to move her wrist. And I was like, well, baby, try not to move it. I didn't know that you're supposed to wrap it around the thumb to restrict it. So I think it's kind of a little bit of malpractice on the ER and especially the orthopedic, even though everything was looking good when we seen, like, since the ER to the orthopedic first appointment. I really feel that she should have recognized that the first time and maybe even had them rewrap the splint that first time rather than waiting that week later. But I mean, yeah, what can I say? They had to put a plate, 4 screws, and here we are. Now she has to go in. Now she'll have to go through surgery again a year after having her plate and 4 screws in, just to take that out. So yeah, my poor baby. Hi, Amy. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Yeah, so they had a full arm cast on her. Now hers only goes up to like right here after getting surgery. But they had a full arm cast on her, and poor thing, she had a big old rash, everything under it, like dry skin, like it was bad, bro. So I could imagine how her poor arm looks now under the small little cast. So I don't know. I'm kind of pissed though, because I think I'm gonna complain. I don't know what else to do. I mean, I don't know what else to say. My poor baby has to go through surgery twice now. And luckily, she's like a soldier, though. Like, dude, like, she didn't even cry. Even when we went through the surgery, she was super brave. The only time she started to tear up is when they were getting ready to roll her away. And I told the anesthesia doctor, is that how you say it? I told that doctor, I was like, well, aren't you going to at least calm her down before rolling her away? She already has her IV in. He's like, oh, yeah, you're right. He pulls, and I think it's because they were so like amazed on how well she was doing. She was like brave, you know what I mean? That she was so brave that she didn't even cry to put the IV in for the surgery, that they were like super flabbergasted with all that, being that she's in her single digits. She's only 7 years old. That they were like, oh yeah, you're right. And so that's when he put something in his IV, and then that's when, I guess, she said, all I remember them putting a oxygen mask on me, Mom, crying, tearing up a little bit. Then I stopped crying. They put the oxygen mask, and then that's all I remember. And I was out, and then I woke up to you there, and I was all, oh. Because I was all sad. I was like, poor thing. That's the only time she really started shedding tears. I was like, she's about to freak out. You guys are rolling her away without calming her down. Like, isn't that what you guys are supposed to do? Like, hello? Like, hello. Aw, what a strong little girl. Yeah, she really is. She is my little soldier. But yeah, that's that. And then yesterday, yeah, I feel better. I mean, I think I was a little down. I don't know. I don't know what was wrong with me. I think I was just tired. Tired and annoyed. Today's another day, though. Another blessing, another day. We're here. We're alive. We're breathing. We're healthy, so far that we know anyway. So, can't complain, can't complain. 12:15. Other than that, how are you guys? You guys say hi when you guys are coming in. Don't be shy, okay? You should complain because that could mess everything up in her what? Mess everything up in her? Well, I think I'm going to put a complaint. What did the damn sim do? He didn't do nothing. Actually, he's actually been very different lately. He hasn't gotten on my nerves lately. When I had started my live, I did mute it though because he was complaining about the girls. He was complaining about Madi and her girlfriend. But dude, my daughter and her girlfriend, I'm like, everything in her arm. Oh, yes. So that's another thing is that's why they said that she needs to go through surgery is because I guess her bone's still growing. Obviously, she's still a growing kid. But that's why they have to take the plate and the 4 screws out because they won't grow with the bone in the area that it broke at. So I'm like, great. Pobrecita, mijita. I used a Foxy Bay hair mask in my hair this morning, and girl, it is shining. Like, I'm sure my mama and daddy can see me walking around outside in heaven. They're probably like, damn, there's Steph. I see her shiny head. Just kidding. I'm kind of hungry. I'm debating if I should make a... Come on, let's go in there. I was just sitting here, but I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do with everything. I need to wash all my brushes. I need to go through all my makeup. I need to set up my new desk and chair. I have a lot to do. You guys are in my prayers for her. Thank you. Yeah, she's doing really good. Like, she only had to, they prescribed her freaking oxycodone, bro. Liquid oxycodone. Yeah, it was only 5 milligrams, but I only gave that to her one time. I didn't even give it to her every day or anything like that. I only gave it to her the first night after her surgery. And then after that, she said the ibuprofen worked just fine. My Bubba's little pictures. You guys want to see them? I need to order them. I should order them now before I forget. His and the girls. Well, and see, she's not like fully moved in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's not. She has a house. Her dad lives literally down the street. She's not fully moved in, trust me. But it's like, and I don't complain because I know the kids are like, they do what they gotta do. She has a job, Madi has a job, she goes to school, Madi goes to school. So far, everybody's grades are very decent, like, you know what I mean? So I can't really like complain too much, so to say, but it is an extra person in the house, you know? Sorry, I had to cover the school and stuff. I'm just making sure. Which one do you guys think I should get? There's that one. He didn't have a haircut with this one, though. My poor baby, but it's okay. And I don't know what happened that we didn't get him a haircut. I like the United States flag one. And I like that one. Oops, that one. The Galaxy. Isn't he the cutest little stinker ever? He's so cute. Your kids, your home, your choice. OMG, get them all. I know. They're so cute. I know. And you guys, I'm not the type of like, even with her friends, I've had her friends practically move in with us. Like, one of her best friends that she's not even friends with no more. There's a damn fly in here. I don't even know how I got in here. Even one of her friends that she's no longer friends with, she literally practically moved in with us too at one point. And this is when Maudie was like in 9th grade. The thumbs up one was so cute. Isn't he so cute? I like the Galaxy one, and the USA one is super cute. So like I'm like that kind of mom. Like if her friends needed somewhere to stay or if they're hungry, I will feed them. Like I welcome all kids into my home because some of these kids, like, they live like a hard knock life. You know what I mean? Like they don't got it like that. Like they literally either their parents are messed up and on drugs, or you know, their parents are never home because they're constantly working, or you know what I mean? So see, look, I missed some of my hairs. That's why I think I liked how I did it the last time. But anyways, I'm that parent that will feed all the kids and everything. You know what I mean? And it's just, I can't find it in me to say no, especially in certain circumstances. Like there's certain circumstances, like if they got a home and their parents aren't being like, their parents are perfectly fine and you know what I mean? Like they're doing what they got to do to take care of their child and they want their child to succeed and they want their child home, then yeah, of course, go home. Like you got a home to go to, you know what I mean? But it's just not in me to like force somebody to not do what they don't. And the mom and the dad are okay with it too. Like if the parents weren't okay with it and they were like, you know what? No, my kid needs to be home, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Like, I'll drive your kid happily over there. Or I will make her drive herself happily back home. You know what I mean? But no, they're okay with it because obviously the parents too have other children that they're trying to take care of and raise. Like me, I do too. I don't got no help. Nobody helps me with my kids. You know what I mean? Like nobody helps me with my kids. I help me with my kids and that's it. Like I don't get help from nobody. And nobody can ever take that away from me either, because it's like, sorry, I don't know who that was. Hey, bestie, my beautiful friend. But nobody could take that away from me because it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I do a lot for my children. I really do. Like, nobody has ever helped me. And I think it would be a lot different if my mom and dad were still alive. Like, honestly, I think it would be a lot different if they were here and I would have the help. But I don't have my mom and dad. And my babe's mom and dad, one parent lives all the way like an hour and a half away from us, and the other parent lives closer to us, but she helps her other daughter that just had a baby more than anything, and her other kid that lives all the way in Rancho more than anything. So like, she don't help us very much. Except for my man, yep. Yeah, exactly. That's the way I am too. I don't know. It's tough, you guys. We live in a different time now too. Like it's a lot. Well, I mean, my mom and dad, I moved out at the age of 14. I moved out at the age of 14 and my mom and dad were going through a hard time during the time that I moved out. And then they moved to Albuquerque where I moved to. I moved in with an ex-boyfriend. Actually, he passed away too. But I moved in with an ex-boyfriend and I was with him for a very, very long time. And I think I was with him all the way up until I met Sim. I was up with him for 3 years. That's not a long time, I thought that was a long time. But I was with him up until I was 17. And then I broke up with him the beginning years of my 17 because he put me through a lot, you guys. This boy put me through a lot. And he was like a year or two older than me. But he put me through a lot. But his family welcomed me in to their home knowing that my mom and dad were going through a hard time too. You know what I mean? Like, they were going through a really rough time. How? I don't know. My dad was a sheet metal worker, bro. Like, he made amazing money. Like, and my mom was a dental assistant. So I'm like, I don't know how. I don't know how my parents were going through a hard time. I really, like, I wish they were here to figure it out. Like, maybe they didn't know how to manage their money at the time. I don't know. My dad used to work at the Los Alamos National Labs, like doing sheet metal working, and sheet metal workers make good money. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I just don't understand how they were going through it, but they were going through it. Maybe they fell behind on bills and all that caught up on them or whatever. You know what I mean? But the boys' family that I moved in with welcomed me into their home and with no questions asked. And then after that, I think not too much longer after moving in with him, I think he's like a year or two, I don't remember how much older he was. We ended up getting our own little apartment, and then my mom and dad moved out there with me. Not even a year later, they moved out to Albuquerque with me. And then I think around the age 16, I got pregnant. I think I was like 16 and a half. But it wasn't a full pregnancy because my dad took me to the hospital because I was still under his insurance, because I was still a minor. I was still going to school. I used to go to school on wheels. And I landed up getting pregnant. But it was so weird. And I think I told you guys this story one time. But it was so weird how I lost the story. Like, me and this boy had been fighting a lot and, like, just stupid shit, bro. It was bad. It was bad, okay? For being a teenager, it was bad. I would never want my daughter to go through something like that. Just put it that way. And so, anyways, I landed up getting pregnant, not expecting to get pregnant. Like, I dead-ass thought I could never have babies, you guys. Dead-ass could never have babies. Like, literally, never thought I could have babies. Well, I landed up getting pregnant by him, and my dad took me to the doctors to make sure it was a true pregnancy and not a false pregnancy. And sure enough, I was pregnant. My dad was pissed, but there wasn't much he could do about it because obviously I was already pregnant. He was a little upset with me, whatever, whatnot. And then I remember one night, I think I got up to like maybe 2 months into my pregnancy. But one night, me and him were fighting, and I used to live with him and his grandma. At this point, we were staying with his grandma. And I remember we were staying with his grandma, and his grandma lived on the pueblo. She lived on the Isleta Pueblo. And he was Native American, by the way. And so anyways, I remember having a dream, bro. I remember having a freaking dream of his cousin. We used to hang out with his cousin and his cousin's girlfriend all the time. And they were a little bit older than us. And his cousin's girlfriend and his cousin were like, we're taking your baby. You're not going to keep your baby. We're getting rid of that baby. And like, just like, I remember they were threatening me in that dream. And I remember it very vividly because it scared the shit out of me, okay? And so I was like, what the fuck? And I woke up and I went to the bathroom, and I remember my stomach was hurting like bad, bro. And then all of a sudden it was like as if I was starting my period. I started bleeding. And I was like, what the hell? So I tell him, I was like, please, I was like, can you take me to the emergency room? I think I'm losing the baby. And he was like, he laughed at me. He's like, I ain't fucking taking you. Find your own fucking ride. And I was like, are you serious, bro? And so then I go and I ask his grandma to take me, and the grandma didn't want to take me either. Like, she was acting like real different with me too, and she's never been like that. She's always been really like nice. Like, she treated me like her granddaughter, you know, but she was acting weird with me that day, and I don't know if it was because we were fighting or what was going on, you know, but she never acted like that, even when we would fight or argue or whatever, you know. But I think they really didn't want me to be having a baby from him because, again, I'm not Native American, maybe. I don't know. I can't say, okay? But, hi, Krista. So anyways, I remember, oh my God, my phone's gonna die, you guys. I do this to you guys all the time. I'm gonna go get my charger. I think it's in here. And so anyways, I remember calling my dad, and I didn't have my own cell phone. We used to have the Nokia cell phones back then. And I remember calling my dad, and I tell him, I was like, Dad, please, please. I was like, can you please pick me up? I'm going to take off walking. And from the Pueblo up until you get to like I-25, it's kind of a long walk. And especially coming from one of the side streets from where the houses are back there, like in Eslera, it's a little far out, you know? So I remember walking, and my mom and dad, I think they were coming from Santa Fe that day. And so my dad was like, yeah, no, I'll be right there. That a-hole, and he was over there cussing out the boy or whatever. And it was raining, you guys. That day was raining like crazy. What the hell? It keeps kicking me out. Really? Hi, Krista. If I didn't say hi already. What the heck? You can't take until you're 25. And so I remember, it was raining like crazy, and sure enough, bro, my mom and dad landed up picking me up. I landed up walking all the way to where the bridge, and if you guys are from Albuquerque or the South Valley area, you guys kind of know where I'm talking about, like where Eslera is, and then I-25 where the bridge is, and then there's that gas station. Well, I almost made it all the way to like under the bridge to take cover from the rain, but I didn't make it the whole way. But my parents picked me up, and they rushed me to the emergency room, obviously, because again, I was still a minor. I was under my dad's insurance, and they got me to the ER, and yeah, the doctor came in, and she's like, I'm sorry to tell you, but you had a miscarriage. We don't see, I don't remember the words that they used back then, because this is years ago. You basically lost the baby. You don't need to get, what is it called, where they scraped the baby out? That I basically passed the baby myself, and I think I passed her that morning. For me, it's not even caught up to your words. What the heck, Marissa? Try to exit out the whole Facebook and then come back to my page. See if that helps. Is it doing it for anybody else? Oh, maybe because Maddie was calling. I bet you she was calling when I walked away. But yeah, so I lost the baby, and that's what happened. And so for me, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, after that, that's when I told him, I was like, nope, I'm done. I was like, we're done. A DNC. Yes, a DNC. Yeah, so they never gave me a DNC or anything, so, which is fine, you know what I mean? Can you imagine if I would have had that baby, I would have probably still met Sam, but we would have probably never had our beautiful children that we have together now, and yeah. Can you see me? I see you, Cara. You're working fine on my end. That's so weird. No, you're fine on my end. The ones that it's not working for, try to exit out completely, like exit out of the video, like swipe out your apps, and then re-enter into Facebook, and then see if that helps. But yeah, so that was scary though, dude. I was young. I was a little girl when that happened practically. You know what I mean? Like, my kid would be a grown-ass adult if I would have had that baby. But honestly, I think God does things for a reason, you know? I think God does things for a reason, and things like that happen because, you know, I don't know. It was just scary. It was scary to know, too, that I had that dream, and then all of a sudden nobody wanted to take me to the hospital either. Like, That's scary, bro. Yeah, I think so. Well, I'm gonna just make, we're probably just gonna do BLTs tonight. We're probably just gonna do BLTs tonight, but yeah, I'll probably go live with you guys and make them with you. And then tomorrow night, I plan on making Frito pies. But tonight, I plan on making, BLTs. The only thing, I need to check if I have any fries. If not, we got chips, I guess, huh? And I forgot jalapenos. Or even chili güeros. I love the little chili güeros, the tiny ones. They're so good with BLTs. That is a right? Isn't that scary? And like even when they, okay, so because the pueblos he was from was Isleta and Laguna, right? Like his dad was from Isleta and his mom was from Laguna. And I mean, still, like, even though, like, I have a lot of respect for his mom, like, his mom was really sweet, you know? But even though, like, I just feel because I was, like, basically considered, like, an outsider. I'm Hispanic, and I'm not Native American, and you know what I mean? And they probably were just trying to do what was best for... They were probably just trying to do what was best for their family. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they didn't think it was a great idea. And I'm glad that if that was the case, and if for whatever reason, like, I do believe in brujeria, and if that was the case, I'm very grateful for it. Because honestly, I don't think I would have the family that I had today, you know? Like, life would be a whole lot different today. And I'm very blessed with my family that I have right now, you know? Very, very blessed. And I even tell my man, like, if I would have had that baby, like, you know, when I met you, because the baby would have been like 1, you know what I mean? By the time when I met him in LA, I would have like a 22-year-old by now, 23-year-old. But I was like, even if I would have, for example, had a baby, like, would you have still dated me? And he was like, yeah, of course I would have. And I was like, yeah, but would you have stayed with me? Like, you know what I mean? Because all that, I don't know. Like, we wouldn't have known unless you actually had a baby, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I don't think he would have stayed with me. Because we've been together for 21, going on 21 years this year. And I was like 16 when I had that miscarriage, so... Yeah, my kid, if that kid would have lived to be full term, whether it was a boy or girl, it would have been 22 years old. It's crazy, huh? Now I'm going to have an 18-year-old. But me and Sim were together for, then this is the reason why I think I was never able to have kids, is because me and Sim were together for 3 years, never used contraceptives or anything like that. And, I got pregnant 3 years later after being with him. Embrujadia? Is that the word that I said that you thought I said with the letter P? Embrujadia? Because I believe in that stuff, or like ojo, or... You know, all that stuff. Like, I believe in putting turquoise and coral on your babies when they're little newborn babies. I believe in protecting your home with your saints, all that stuff. Which I know I probably shouldn't. I mean, I've been reading the Bible a lot more, so... It's going really, really good, girl. I have my days, like I was telling the girls earlier. Sometimes I feel a little bit more drained than usual, but it's not like a drained where it's like, ugh, I can't get through the day type of drain. You know what I mean? It's more of like, ugh, I feel a little tired, more tired today than I did yesterday. But that might be all normal too. Maybe I'm not just used to being normal and not on that medication. I don't know, but I feel fine. Because I don't think it distributes 10 milligrams a day. I really don't think it does. I think it's barely releasing like maybe just a little bit at a time. Girl, I love how you are just always going motivated AF. Oh, thank you. I'm sure that will be subside after a while. Girl, I was pregnant with twins at 5 months. I fell on my stomach really hard on ice and started bleeding a day. Oh my goodness. That's so sad. I'm so sorry. That has to be tough. Yeah, I think it would have been harder, like, having that miscarriage on me if not only, like, maybe we weren't fighting. It would have been harder on me. Not only that if we weren't fighting, but that if the baby was starting to be, like, a full-formed baby, I would have probably freaked out. You know what I mean? I would have probably, like, I would probably be a lot more sentimental to me. But it honestly, like, I don't even think the baby grew enough to form to even look like a little alien type baby or anything. Like, if they didn't have to do, what was that word called, a DNC on me, I think since I was able to just pass the baby on its own, like, I don't think the baby was very, very far along at all, you know? Maybe years of taking the medication. The medicine is all coming out. I hope so, girl, because yesterday my hands were super swollen. My hands still get swollen, you guys. They're still super swollen. They still get super, super swollen. Like right now, they actually look really swollen again. This one especially. My thumb was hurting yesterday. It's not hurting today. But I hope so. I hope it's just coming out and we get rid of it. When do you have your surgery? I need to make another appointment, girl. I'm kind of slacking on all that. Oh my God, it's already 12:43. I don't even know if I have time to eat. I was going to eat some bodak, but I don't even think I got time. Well, her appointment's at 2:20 or 2:02. Let me see. I'm about to leave you guys. Hold on. Let me go grab a bodak real quick. Bodak and a Red Bull. Do you think that fatigue feeling will subside after a while? Like feeling like tired? Yeah. And it doesn't last very, like yesterday, I think I was just tired because I was overwhelmed, like with the whole weekend. And then my man worked on Saturday. Usually he don't work Saturdays. And it's because I'm the one typically caring for the kids all week. So it's not like a drained feeling. It's not like, you know how, I don't know if you're on the medication, but if you are, if you know what I mean by, if you've ever felt like this before, like where you've skipped a dose and you're like, oh shit, I forgot to take my medication, and you start like yawning and feeling a little bit drained, like, you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? That's kind of how I felt, but not as bad. And again, like I said, maybe it's because my brain is still trying to function and learn how to be normal again. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if my brain knows how to function and be normal anymore because I've been on the medication so long that I just don't know how to, I don't know what normal is. Like, I don't know what a normal yawn is anymore, because every time I've yawned in the past, it was either because when I first got clean, I thought I was having my Lias, or it was when I was on my medication and I forgot to take a dose. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. It's like, I think my brain is literally trying to be normal again, you know? I should have just did my hair how I did it yesterday with you guys on live for that video. I mean, it came out cute in the video, but it's already going flat. And I don't like the way this bang right here looks. You guys see that? It's like randomly just spread out. Maybe if I... We'll say 13 years. And 1 year I was able to, 13 out of those 14 years, out of one of the years, I was able to completely wean myself off by myself. Without no shot, without nothing. But that was before I had all the kids that I have now. You know what I mean? And it was a lot earlier in my sobriety. Now we're going on years. Like back then it was probably like 7 years into my sobriety. You know, now we're going years and years on the damn medication. I thought I seen a dog that looked like Hunter, you guys. I just seen the paw boost send me a message. I thought I seen a dog that looked like Hunter, and I'm waiting for the people to message me back, but they found a Raggedy Ann dog that looked like he's been malnourished, like nobody's been taking care of him, whatever, whatnot. And I'm like, I even told Boo Boo, I was like, is this Hunter? That looks like Hunter. She's like, no, Mom, that's not Hunter. She's right. I don't think it is him, because Hunter had a lot of brown on the tip of his nose and then on his paws. That dog was all silver. He was all silver. This thing's gonna bug me today. I know the stupidest things bug me. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to eat before we go because I'm gonna be hungry. And I'm trying to think if I should take the baby out early too, because the baby gets out at 3:30. Stassi's appointment's at 2:20. I don't think we're gonna be back by 3:30. Maybe I should take him out early too, huh? I think we'll be back by the time Weta gets out. She gets out at 4. Oh, of course, Cara. Yes, girl. I still need to do a video, you guys, like a short reel, because I know that my lives don't really reach a lot of people anymore. I don't know why either, because my page doesn't have any violations or anything on it. But I want to do like an actual short video clip. Like, you know what I mean? I wanted to do a progress, like the first couple of days and then whatever, whatnot, but I'll try to scrunch it all into one. Yeah, I've been on them for 10 years straight. Yeah, see, and that's a long time. You know what I mean? That's a very long time. Like, it's crazy to me that this medication has been out for so long. Like, it's like, if this is something that has helped thousands upon thousands of people get off the actual medication itself and then get off the shot without little to no withdrawal, why aren't the doctors telling us about it? Like, it just drives me nuts that they're not saying nothing about it. Hi, Jessica. Busy mom life. That's how it goes. Exactly. Yeah, it's true. I really am busy. No, girl, I'm not ready. I'm not. I need a Okay, I'll make an appointment today. I need to make an appointment today because I need to go talk to them because I got to make sure that the new medication that I'm on, if I got to be off that one completely to get the surgery done now, because the medication I was on prior was Subutex and it had the naloxone in it. And obviously when I go under the knife, they're going to be giving me narcotics. And I don't know if that's something I could be on the shot while I get the surgery. That's something I didn't think in advance. But it's okay because I'm going to try not to even get the shot next month. I'm going to just try to do this one shot and done. Doctors just want our money. That's exactly what it is, dude. And it bugs me because I literally thought I built a connection with my doctor. Like, I thought we was tight. Like, literally, I thought she was cool, you know? Like, I thought she was rooting for me. Fuck no, she was rooting for my money. Is it your hand? No, it would be for my tumor that I have on my right breast. And then they're going to do lipo. And then they're going to fix my scar. Plus, I'm going to add the tummy tuck, which changes the numbers from what I'm going to be paying now. And then they're going to do a boob lift. And then with a little bit of lipo, I don't like this shirt that I decided to wear with this pants either. And then with the little bit of lipo that they do on my stomach right here, they're going to add a little bit of volume with the boob lift that I get. I'm wondering if I should just take the shirt off under, huh? And then just zip it up like that. Oh no, wow, yeah. So I have to get the tumor out. So the tumor is coming out regardless. So we're getting the tumor out. That's something that has to get done. And since I am a hard stick and since I can't, and since I'm a hard stick and all that, whatever, whatnot, the breast cancer doctor that's taking the tumor out of my breast has a cosmetic doctor that now works in her office and is going to do the cosmetic part of the surgery. And the reason why she works with him is because, you know, a lot of breast cancer patients, they want to get augmentations on their breast because obviously they went through cancer. So she has him in the office. Plus he does other cosmetic surgery like BBLs, tummy tucks, lipo, boob lifts, boob implants, like you name it, he does it. You know what I mean? So that's why we're just going to do it all at once. No, I like the shirt color coordination. Do you like it? It doesn't look funny? It looks okay? Okay. As long as you guys think it looks okay. Thank you. Yeah, so I was only going to have him fix the scar because if you guys can, and I keep pulling my pants down because I hate when, you know. But as you can see right here, you can even see where my scar is and how my stomach kind of overlaps when I wear tight clothing like that. Like you can kind of see it. I mean, it's not obvious unless I point it out, I guess. But they're going to fix that scar because the way they put me together when I had Bubba, they didn't do it properly, he said. He's like, yeah, they did a half-ass job. I could fix that, no problem. Like that would be no problem. But I might as well do fixing the scar and a tummy tuck. You know what I mean? And I think once I do that, plus the lipo, plus the boob lift, girl, and then we get our ass back to the gym, I think it's gonna look good. Literally. I think it will look good. I won't ever do a BBL, and reason for it is because I don't know. I see a lot of women are getting reverse BBLs now. I mean, I think I could grow my glutes. And I think I have a pretty decent sized butt. And then once they do the tummy tuck, get rid of all this fat. I mean, maybe I could do a little bit of like fixing these right here, but I think you can grow these right here, the hip dips, huh? I think that's a muscle you can build. But I'm happy with the little bit that I'll be doing. And then I'll be done. I won't ever go back under surgery after that again because I'm already scared to get it done. I should have got it done like 2 years ago. But I've been kind of procrastinating. If I'm being all honest, I'm procrastinating, okay? Like, let's just be honest here. I'm being a procrastinator. And it's because I'm scared. I'm scared to be put to sleep. Every surgery I've had, I've been awake. Besides when my mom was still alive, I got my wisdom teeth taken out and they put me to sleep. But my mama was here. And I didn't have no kids back then. So now that type of shit freaks me out, being put to sleep. But if Stassi can do it and she's a soldier and get put to sleep for her arm, I can do it too. I like my hip dips, honestly. Do you? I've never had them. I used to be all flaca. You guys remember, if you guys been following me for a while. I've never really, maybe I did have them. I just never really noticed them. But I kind of have like hip dips, pretty big hip dips. Oh well, it is what it is. I need I think I need bigger bras because I'm still wearing the bras when I was all skinny. I haven't changed out like my bra size, like around area right here. So I think my back fat looks even fatter with the small bras. So I think if I switch my bra size, then figure out the bra size, I think I'll be good. Any surgery is scary. It is. Hip dips are sexy when you gain muscle. What are hip dips? It's these right here, look. So if you look at my body shape, let's see. If you look at my body shape, so it goes like this, and then you have a little bit, and then it goes in right here, like flat, and then goes a little out, and then back in. But I've never had this much weight on me either, so... Unless I was pregnant. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. We'll see. I think I just need to get back to the gym. And I think once I get back to the gym and I get toned up, I think everything's going to proportion nicely. But I've been kind of waiting to go to the gym. I've been kind of waiting to go to the gym because if they're going to do the lipo on me, and Rosadia kind of conned me in waiting to go to the gym. She's like, no, girl, don't go to the gym. You're going to lose all your fat, and then they ain't going to have no fat to take out. And I'm like, oh, she's low-key right, bro. So that's why I kind of haven't... that's why I kind of haven't gone back to the gym because what if I do lose all my fat? What if I do... What if I don't have... What I do want to get is lipo. Chin lipo. I don't know where this double chin came from, girl. But it came and it ain't leaving anytime soon, it seems like. It is. It's iced vanilla berry. I have a tumor in my ear. They say it could take 7 hours to remove it. I'm freaking out so bad. So I get it. Yeah, it's a benign tumor. Thank God. And they said that the tumor is caused from, at one point in my life, I got a virus. And I think it was after having Bubba. Because I'm pretty sure I got COVID. And then I also got the COVID shot when I was pregnant for him. I only got it one time. And then after that, I landed up getting COVID in January because he was born at the end of September. And then I landed up getting COVID in January after him being born. And the doctor said that they can't explain how women get this tumor, but women get it. We all get, like, not all of us will get it, but so many % of women will get this benign tumor. And there's no explanation on how the tumor is there or it forms, but it's from us getting an illness at one point in our life. And I'm like, bro, I bet you it's either from the COVID shot or from COVID itself. You know what I mean? Because it's like, what the heck? I was scared, bro, that first 2 weeks when they found it. And even when I was nursing Bubba and I would pump his milk, this breast would leak blood sometimes, what I thought was blood. And I was like, man, are my nipples all tender from breastfeeding or whatever? I never thought about it. So I could imagine how long I've had the tumor for. Because that's when I was pumping. And then I landed up weaning him off at like 1.5, I think, almost 2 years old. He stopped breastfeeding. So I could imagine how long that tumor's been there for. And then I finally went and got it checked because I was like, I thought maybe it was a clogged milk duct, like everything. You know what I mean? No, he was a 2021 baby, actually. 2021. And this is when COVID was still in place and strong. Like, you had to have drive-by birthday parties, drive-through freaking baby showers. You couldn't even go see your loved ones. Like, it was crazy. Those were some crazy times. You too, Trisha. We gotta leave in like 10 minutes. Rhonda, thank you for the stars, queen. But yeah. So anyways, I gotta get that tumor removed. What else? That's why it's important to check your breast, you guys. It's important to examine yourself under the arms, around the breast, under the breast, all that. And if you find any lumps or anything, don't wait to get it checked. Go get it checked right away. Don't wait, because you just never know. I kind of made it kind of seco. Can I add a little bit of water? Let me add a little bit of this. There we go. Thank you, Queen. I have to go pick up Stasia. She has an appointment. Stassi and Bubba. I'm gonna have to take him out early, I guess. I don't know what else to do, because if not, I don't think I'm gonna be back in time for him. Oh, Stassi's doll was delivered. She wanted a reborn baby doll for her birthday, and it was just delivered. I just got the message. We got her the same size as Weta's, that little tiny one. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna get off. Because I literally, yeah, they are spicy. I pour like half the pack of the spice in there, because if you pour the whole pack, it's gonna be too hot. And I can handle hot chili. Like, I can handle really hot chili. But they're really good. I like them. I think I'm the only one that eats them. Madi used to eat them, but she don't eat them no more. She's the one who put me on them. Depending on like your shade of foundation that you wear, try to get a shade lighter than your foundation. Turns my lips all orange. I'm back. I think I just had to reset it. What happened? That's so weird. I wonder. Madi said it wasn't working for her either earlier. She must have got out. Okay, hopefully the kids had lunch already. If not, I'm gonna have to buy them something to eat. Alright guys, I gotta head out. I gotta go get Stassi and Bubba. Weta staying the full day at school. But Bubba, the only reason why I'm taking him out early is because he gets up at 3:30 and I don't think I'll be back on time for him. I mean, maybe I might be back just like right on time for him, but I hate to see the little kids waiting there for their parents. All the last one sitting there at the step like this, waiting for their parents. It's so sad. It was stopping and then your words didn't match your mouth. LOL. I don't know. That's so weird. I wonder why. It's so annoying. And then if it was kicking you out too, can you imagine how many other people it does that to? It's so annoying. So they probably just get annoyed and say, fucking, I'm out of here. But, all right, guys. I love you. Stay up. Stay blessed. Don't be stressed. I'll see you guys tonight to make some BLTs.